I was worried when I found out it was Todd Phillips directing. I mean, this is the guy that brought you The Hangover, Old School, Starsky and Hutch, which isn't that great. I mean, Old School and Hangover are kind of regarded as great comedies, but
they're comedies.
Yeah, not Starsky.
I mean, I guess this one, his life is a comedy.
Yeah, I guess he did a good job of balancing the tone of the movie.
Yeah,
I guess. Which actually, I don't know if you hear in the background, a lot of cello or violin, maybe.
No,
we put on cello. We put cello on. This is pretty similar. You get a lot of that in the movie. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot.
So anyways, I was excited about it. My expectations are high, which really scared me because the DC movies usually aren't very great to me. So I was scared about this one, but it met my expectations. I don't know if it exceeded them, but they were high, so I'm happy.
Really, it could only disappoint, you would think, but it didn't.
That's what I'm saying. It met it. I don't know if it went above, but it didn't fall short. Like, it was like, that was a good solid movie.
But one thing that I wanted to say about it, I guess an issue, I don't know if it's really an issue. It's not really an issue with directors, with writing, with acting. Has nothing to do with that. My issue with it is just that it's the Joker character. I mean, of course, you're thinking of Heath Ledger, you're thinking of, just Batman, I guess Nicholson a little, or seen him in the comics, or, the Mark Hamill, in the animated series. Like, all that is kind of stuck in your head. Like, you kind of know his story, you know where he's going, where it's going. Like, he's going to go on the Murray show, and he wants to tell a joke, and his punchline is he keeps pulling the gun to his head. He's going to blow his brains out. So you had said you knew that wasn't going to happen because it's the Joker's origin story. Yeah,
I think that's the only time that came into play for me. Like, throughout the whole movie, I wasn't like bogged down by knowing where it's going.
Yeah.
I really didn't think about it. Like, I was fine with just his character, and I knew he was, of course it's going to be the Joker, but that's definitely a big one. Oh, and then him being Bruce's brother.
Oh, yeah.
That was like, where are they going with this? Okay. So, but other than that, I was like, I didn't feel too distracted by knowing the previous characters or the previous actors playing it and stuff like that.
Anyway, we had to shut off the music. You got the idea, though. There's a lot of that in the movie.
Well, mood music, but
which I didn't mind. I like a good kind of score, and this was more kind of more
slow, more less ominous.
Back to the idea that this is the Joker's story. Yet again, another Joker. Here's a story. It's been getting compared a lot to Taxi Driver, and another character I thought of, which I don't think you saw either, was Jake Gyllenhaal in Nightcrawler. Like, both of those movies, those characters are really fascinating. Like, it's really...
No spoilers, I do want to see that stuff.
Yeah, they're just, like, fascinating to watch. Which, you get that with this Joker, but it's almost like the idea of him is bigger. So that's kind of... I don't know. To me, it kind of threw me off a little. Again, that's the only issue. And it's a small issue. I mean, it has nothing to do with, anybody involved in the film. And that goes to being hyped up, and it could only disappoint. Which, even with that, I'm saying it didn't disappoint.
Yeah.
I'll talk about what was great about it. There was a lot of great things. I think directing, like I said, Todd Phillips, really great job.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, it was really well done. Acting, and we've got to get into Joaquin.
I love Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, Oscar, I mean, I don't know. Ledger got it.
Which did she get
always,
it because he died?
I was going to say, it always goes...
it was amazing, don't get me wrong. Ledger was amazing at it, so I'm not even trying to, like, that's awesome, but and there might have been just that little sympathy push for him to get it. But anyways, this rivals that, I think.
So yeah, no, he brought a lot to it, and he has to. I mean, even he doesn't like a lot of that, like the dancing. A lot of times when the cello or when the music's playing, like he's not saying anything, but his performance, he's still carrying it. You know, so he carries this movie all the way through. Even when he's not talking, he has to like dance and
all the little dance scenes are good.
The laugh, of course, and make faces and. Yeah,
he's on the stairs at the very end when he's going down the hall. Like all his little dance scenes are like creepy, good, and the laugh is.
Yeah, you got
so
creeped out.
I really was getting creeped out by his laugh. Not his like Tourette's laugh. Like that's what I'm calling it. I don't know, but not that laugh. Like that was more like, oh, that would suck. Like because you could tell he's like realizing he's doing it, which I was like, his acting is amazing when he's doing that, because you could tell he's like trying to not even suppress it, but that he like knows that, is aware of what he's doing but can't control it.
Yeah.
But anyways, the high pitched Joker laugh, by like the fifth time he did it, I was like, like that's a creepy laugh.
Yeah, no, he carried the movie. I mean, everyone's solid. I mean, De Niro's in there, and it was kind of interesting seeing him as like this late night host.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So that's all. Acting's great. Yeah, I guess just talking about the comics, or what we know of, or even the tie-in with Batman. Like I said, we see Bruce Wayne. So that. Yeah. So that's the thing that kind of maybe took you out a little, or. I wasn't sure. I was like, that's interesting. Like, I wonder if they're going to go with that. That would be a different take. When they say, so in the movie, well, I'm sure you're watching this. So, yeah, when it's revealed that he's Thomas Wayne's son, you're like, so he's Bruce's brother.
Yeah.
That's where they're going with this. He's going to be his brother.
I was like, I don't know a whole lot about that world, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case, but...
It's not, but I mean,
telling a different story. Okay,
that was always I think what they said about this version. It was gonna be like kind of almost standalone. Like it's almost
so that's
not
like,
based
let's see.
Right. It's not note for note from any of the comics. It was their own take. They incorporated Bruce Wayne and the origin. Again, we get another Batman origin story. Like, no one asked for it, but you get it.
I would have been happy for the Waynes, any of the Waynes, to not be in this at all. But they ended up being a part of the story to an extent.
Yeah.
But when I saw how Bruce was, I was like, fuck, they're not gonna, for one, show his parents die. Two, they're not gonna make Joker be the one to kill his parents, right? I mean, like we said, it's a standalone, doesn't necessarily go with the other one, so are they gonna do that? Like, I was nervous.
They did that in the Nicholson Batman.
What?
He was the one who killed...
Was he?
The parent, yeah.
I haven't seen that in so long. But yeah, so I wasn't sure if they were going to go that route, and I was like, I didn't really want it to tie in that much. So when they're rioting at the end and you see them come out of the theater, I was like, it's going to happen right now. I was hoping that we would just know that it's going to happen. Like, you'd see someone following
them, and that would be
like, maybe they walk down the alley.
Yeah.
Like, even that was a little more than I wanted to see, them going down the alley. But just them coming out and someone following them. Maybe hear a gunshot even amongst the crowd. Or a couple gunshots, I guess. But then they showed the whole scene, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I just keep, accepting each layer of it. But then they go back to it and show Bruce standing there. I'm like, oh, we didn't need that. It was a little cheesy for me in this whole, really serious, dark movie. to kind of tie that in. Like, this is supposed to be about Joker. I don't need to say anything about Batman. I like tie-ins too. Don't get me wrong, but I just was accepting this as kind of its own thing.
Yeah, I like the tie-in. So aside from that was a little a little too much. But I did like the tie-in with mom being crazy and saying that she had an affair with Thomas Wayne and that was his son, and I like that he actually went there. I like that tie-in when he sees Bruce, in the yard, and he's trying to play with him.
Yeah.
And then Alfred shows up. All that I like.
All that was like okay. Like, I didn't need it, but it's part of the story. I get it. But yeah, the Batman origin was.
That's really kind of just went a little too far with that.
Yeah, but. Because everything else going on at that time is interesting with him becoming the hero, standing on the car, then starts doing his stupid dance again. So, I mean, by stupid I mean like cool, good dance, but he's crazy.
Yeah.
So that was interesting, and then they would cut to Bruce.
I like the touch where his mouth's all at the end, it's bleeding. So he
that made me think of Heath's version.
It did actually. That same here. I thought of Heath's version when he sticks his fingers in his bloody mouth and then uses the blood to smile. Yeah, I was like, oh, it's a nice touch, but it did make me think of Heath.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't. I mean, it was scars on Heath.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense, but it's still just. Yeah, made me think of him. Yeah, what else? Oh, so I know ahead of seeing it, I noticed that some people were like, I'm never going to go see that movie. It's glorifying an abuser. It's glorifying this guy. I don't want to sympathize with that person. Why would anyone want to sympathize with him? Do you think it did that? Did it glorify him? Do you want to be on his side now? Or is it just...
Well,
capturing... is it just an origin story, or did it sympathize with him? Did it over-sympathize with him?
No, I don't think it over-sympathized with him. I was actually... I think we were talking about who the people he's killed, and the one we weren't sure about. We're like, I don't know. We weren't sure if he killed
the girl or not, and her daughter.
But the first 3 guys, the Wall Street guys, that I said I was okay with. Like, it was self-defense. They were beating him, and
kind of. I mean, he did kill one of them in cold blood, but
he did chase him down. But still, I was okay with
heat of the moment. He's already got beat up that week.
Yeah. So I was okay with that. See, that's hard to say because what happened, with the Heath Ledger Joker. Like, I feel like so many people took that. Like, that became this symbol. He's still a villain. But people still wanted to, be like him. I don't think it's glorifying anything. But I think there may be some people, just like Heath's Joker, and like what happened with Aurora, that was a guy that took Heath's Joker and...
But wasn't he crazy?
And he was, but I'm just saying. So there may be some of that with this Joker, but I mean, you have to already be crazy. You're not gonna be a upstanding citizen, and and then you just go like, oh, I saw that Joker movie, and now I want to go commit crimes, and I mean, if you want to dance because of this. Fine, go dance, but
he does look badass when he's going down the stairs.
Remember with the Dark Knight, like that Halloween, and then after that, even now to this day, so much cosplay and costumes. I mean, Halloween's coming up.
Yeah, well, Halloween, and then whatever cons we go to next.
You said he looked badass, so you're gonna see that suit. So you're gonna see people dancing, and
there's gonna be like 90 Jokers cosplaying at the next con we go to, and then Halloween too for the less nerdy folk. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to not like. I think that's the part that glorified him the most. So he looked cool. You look confident. You look badass.
Which that scene is pretty cool. You know, he's dancing down. He didn't look as skinny, and I don't know. He just looked kind of normal.
He just looks like more confident. He just looks more.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that whole scene. You know, he's dancing. He's coming down the stairs. And then the music playing. That, I was like, oh, that's weird. Like, I didn't know if anybody used that anymore. I guess they do. I think they still use it
in one was it?
Arenas. It's the, hey,
is that what it is?
Hey.
That's what it was. Yeah, it was at a...
I'm trying to think how it goes. But yeah, they use it like a lot in sports. Like,
yeah, it's at games, yeah.
But the reason I thought that was weird, or I was like, do they use that still? Because the guy that sings that, like, he raped or molested.
Really? Who is that?
Gary Glitter, I think. I just pulled that out. I don't know if that's right. We'll look it up. I think it is, but before I say this, I don't know if this. We'll look it up. Maybe we'll put a disclaimer if I'm wrong, or maybe I will just edit it out. But there was like some kind of like rape or some issues. Somebody had a Me Too issue with him.
So that's a wide spectrum of what might have happened. But either way, that might change the whole scene.
It was more serious than. I mean, if you're that's not that wide spectrum. We're on. No, I know it was more serious. It was something really serious. Not saying the Me Too isn't, but you said a wide spectrum.
Yes.
But it was something really serious. But anyway, so yeah, that was kind of weird. I was like, why are they using that? But then it is the Joker. I mean, he's a villain.
He's a villain.
Okay,
it's kind of As far as sympathizing with him, I feel like I sympathize more with like the mental health issue and the fact that the funding got cut for his. Yeah, I feel like it's a commentary on
the latest,
medicine and help being available.
His counselor or psychiatrist is like, they don't give a shit about you. He's like, or people like me, yeah. Yeah,
so that it's kind of more. I mean, it's like it's a fine line of like you do sympathize with, people with any sort of medical issues, but mental health issues. But at the same time, he is a villain. Like he is a cold-blooded killer, So I don't feel like it over sympathizes with him though. Like
no, but see, in those moments, like anybody else, like Taxi Driver or some about Nightcrawler, like in those moments, you could sympathize and be like, okay, maybe where's this going? With the Joker, he's the villain, so you can't.
So ahead of time,
that's like.
With those, you don't know where they're going to end up, or is this like, I know where it's going to end up.
But just the movie overall, it is slow. It's slow. It's slow. Till the end. The end, it really picks up, and then you have these big moments of, it gets tense. He has like a kind of a speech, and
he becomes the Joker.
There's, you see the Joker, like, full display on TV. He's on TV.
So I know he got off his meds. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of what we see ends up just being like a fantasy or delusions, I should say. So I'm trying to think, did he become the Joker too fast, like too suddenly within the movie? Was it kind of jarring, or was it not? Like if I watch it again, am I going to realize, wow, half the stuff is a fantasy, so really the transition maybe is smoother when you think about the timeline within the movie or something. But because all of a sudden when he's walking down the stairs and he's just this badass, there's like really not. Once he becomes that, there really isn't much hint of Arthur anymore.
Right.
Like even when he makes his big speech and stuff, he's very self-aware of like being met, and like what's his little joke or whatever is like, what do you get when you have a mental health? Or whatever, someone who's mentally ill, and like he's self-aware.
Yeah, mentally ill, and that was funny. I was gonna mention that. I don't know about being confident, or at one point he kind of makes the turn, and I don't even know if it was at that point yet where he became the Joker. But I liked when he was talking to the cops when his mom's in the hospital and he's sitting outside and they walk up to him. Mm-hmm. So he's talking to them, and he's like like with it, like you said. I don't know. He knows what to say. He knows what to talk to them. He's not necessarily like yelling at them, or
like Arthur,
he's not going crazy, because they were the ones who were talking to his mom, and then she had a stroke while she was talking to them, and is in the ER now. But he was calm. Just smoking a cigarette, just talking to them, but not and playing it cool pretty much. Like that whole scene, I'm like, oh, he's like kind of like, oh, he looks like he's a career criminal, like like a boss, like mob boss or whatever. Like he just knows how to talk to these cops, So anyway, so that whole scene, he's talking to them, he's confident, he's talking to them, he's not giving them any info, but he's cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah.
He's smoking a cigarette, cool, and he's like, yeah, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, but that's funny because that's when he's like, yeah, I'll talk to you guys later or something. He throws a cigarette, and then he runs into that door. Like, that was a good comedy. That was a good, like...
It was a little... Yeah, that's what I said.
That was
the laughs,
his moment. Yeah, like...
The laughs are, like, kind of painful and awkward. Like, oh. Yeah. But, yeah, he... that might make me feel better about that because it's a little hint of Joker while he's still Arthur.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, they kind of... maybe do mush together a little more. Yeah, it seemed a little... Well, then again, like when he lets his little friend out, that whole scene, he was like viciously kills this guy. Viciously kills him.
Yeah.
Which I'm like looking away the whole time. He viciously kills him, but then he kind of switches back to Arthur. His whole little... oh, have you ever seen the such and such show? Whatever it's called.
Oh, yeah.
That whole thing. Show, he's like, okay, you're always nice to me. And he, like, lets him out. Like,
yeah.
So, yeah, I guess there's a mix.
I don't know. Overall, I don't know about that. If it was jarring, I mean, I didn't really feel that way. But then a lot of it, I just kind of explain away, like you said, these office meds. Just kind of
That's a big thing. That could happen pretty suddenly, I think. So
anytime I kind of had that thought, I'm just like, oh yeah, he's off his meds. But,
and I mean, I think killing people gave him confidence.
Yeah.
Like I mean, well, because that led to people dressing like clowns and people, the newspapers, like, and so he, like you said, he felt like he existed now.
Yeah.
So like, there's that. I feel like he had like triggers like that kind of boosted his confidence. Whereas I did notice, I believe, every time he has one of his laughing fits, it's after someone laughs. Like, someone genuinely laughs. Like, when the little kid's laughing on the bus.
Like his genuine laugh?
No, like his,
Because I take his high pitch, the one you were creeped out with, I take that as his laugh. Like
his actual laugh. No, I mean his, like, fits, his little...
His other... That, yeah. To me, I thought that always happened when he got emotional. Whether he was scared or maybe even upset. Or was getting angry. That's where I thought that was coming out. That's what it seemed like to me.
Because I feel like almost every time, or every time I noticed that happened, it was after people were laughing. Rotten Tomatoes was at 69%, which is kind of low for a movie that like really looks so good, and then the audience score was like 90 something, 92 or something. So I'm curious what they...
Yeah, after we do this, I'll probably look it up.
Yeah, I saw like one said something about like it doesn't have like a strong story or something. Like they praised everything about it, but then they said it was missing like a theme or something. I don't know. I'm just like, maybe it's just kind of fancy pants stuff.
Okay, so there's no story. Like this guy doesn't really have a story. He doesn't have, even like a love story. For a second there, you'd think there might be kind of something to it. Like at one point when I did buy into that, oh, maybe this girl is with him, or they're together, which that happened for a second. Most of the time in the movie, I didn't think that was the case. I was like, I think he's delusional. It's probably in his head, which it ended up being.
Yeah.
But for a second, I did think that, okay, maybe she is. Maybe she's kind of a Harley Quinn, crazy herself. So whatever, she falls for him. So with that with her, for that second thinking it might be a love story, I thought, okay, maybe something's going to happen to her, like his love, and that's kind of what pushes him over the edge.
I'm glad that didn't happen, though. That happens too much.
So that's what I'm saying, though. Like, if you think about it, there's no real story there. You know, it's just about this guy. But that fits the Joker. That he's just kind of this crazy guy. Like, he's not... Like, yeah, like, you know, he's that whole movement started. But that wasn't his plan. Like he says, I'm not political. I don't... Political. You know, I don't... You know, I don't believe in anything.
Well, with Ledger's, it was some men just want to watch the world burn. Like, just crazy for the sake of crazy, you know? And I don't think he's fully there yet, you know?
Right.
But he's just crazy. Like,
yeah, it's just like, with Ledger again, too, the, like, chaos. He's like, you know, just, you know, bring a little chaos into your world or whatever. Like, that's what this character is, so he doesn't necessarily need this story.
He's not concerned with getting caught doing any of this.
Yeah.
Like, he kills one friend and then just lets the other friend go. Like, he's just... It's kind of heat of the moment. Whatever. We don't know for sure if he killed the girlfriend.
Yeah, that was
or her daughter. We don't know for sure one way or the other, and it really could go either way. It seems ominous and obvious that he killed her. But then again, who knows?
Like you said, then he let his friend go, you know,
so it could, maybe not.
You know, because he even tells the friend, you know, you're always nice to me, or you're the only one nice to me, so he let him go. And as far as we see in the movie, she's not mean to him, she's nice to him.
Yeah.
Her and the little girl is cute.
Yeah.
So you would think maybe he'd let him go.
Yeah, he doesn't have a reason to kill them, but then again, if he's in his head and thinking that, you know, he made up a whole scenario in his head about her or something, who knows? But, yeah, we don't know for sure. But then again, he kills the doctor at the end. That's implied because he's all bloody.
Yeah.
He just... Well, but then by then, he's getting worse and worse. And, well, maybe they have him on meds by then.
I was going to say, by
hospital.
then... Yeah, now that you say that, I was just thinking that by then, maybe he's on meds. So then he's still killing people.
Yeah, he already crossed over. Yeah, he's a murderer now. I don't think he murdered before that. Maybe.
They're small animals. Yeah, I guess we're done talking about it. Probably go see it again and let us know what you thought of it. Let us know if there's any more Easter eggs that maybe we missed as far as, we know the Waynes. You know, we know that whole tie-in. That was like the main Easter egg in the Arkham. But, And what did you think of the Waynes? What did you think of that whole... That they were actually... That you see Bruce Wayne in the movie and you see the origin. The origin again. Yeah, what did you think about that? Do you think Joaquin's going to get an Oscar? You think this is Oscar material? Yeah, just let us know. Comment below. Remember, subscribe, like, share, whatever. I don't care about that. I care about subscribers and comments. I'd like to hear comments. So, yeah. There you go.
Why not?
Go do that. Yeah. Nice. Got that in there, which there was a little Spanish flea.
No, but also the send in the clowns. I just kept picturing Krusty.
Oh,
and then, Sideshow Mel?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, that felt wrong. He comes out, they're already here. They hug.
Again, let us know what you thought, and we'll see you next time.